Hey everyone and welcome! Today I'm going to go over this painting that I recently finished. Love the Little Mermaid and I'm so excited for the remake to come out. As you can see here, I'm doing some sketching and some looking around for a good composition. I had some difficulties figuring out which pose I wanted to go with, but in the end this is what won. I actually didn't have a clear view of what I wanted the outcome to look like when I first started, which can be pretty tough, but I think it turned out alright. I'll be completely honest, this piece was a struggle and a lot of learning, but when I started doing the sketch I really enjoyed the different type of hair and painting under the water and the lighting, so here you can see that I'm adding in some of the background to kind of help get into the mood. At first I wanted to actually just do line art and do something pretty simply painted, and I put some time into playing around with line art. In the end I ended up rendering like I usually do. It's a habit that I have. I need to start practicing other ways of rendering. Here I am adding some just ideas of what I want the lighting to look like, putting in some values in the hair. I haven't really painted dreads before. This was the first time. It was a ton of fun. So then I move on and I try adding in some other elements to the background, playing around with what I can put in the background that's not going to be too distracting. You know, I really wanted some seaweed, some kelp, and I ended up realizing it was pretty complicated, as in like it's competing with the hair quite a bit. Here I grabbed some reference. I've gone ahead and done some shading on the skin, some rendering. Started to rework what I wanted to put in the background. I went for a more simplified version of the kelp. Still not entirely happy with it, but I just needed something back there to keep the mood going. Here I got some reference of Halle Bailey. And changed. So at first I wanted her to hold like, first it was going to be a compass that came from a shipwreck. And then it became like a compact mirror. So she was like looking at a reflection. And then it ended up being the flower that Ariel has in her hair. So kind of like the passing on of the role. Also, you saw that I was trying to put more stuff in the background and play around. I changed the coloring and the values in the background a bit. I've changed her seashell bra quite a bit. The original design of Ariel, I just feel like it doesn't really work out very well. I wanted to make something more unique. Adding in some more details. Still struggling. I think the biggest struggle for this entire painting is the fact that I really like to paint skins warm hues and tones, and she's underwater. So you're getting a lot of blues. You're getting a lot of cool light coming in with the warm shadows. I always usually paint, you know, warm light with cool shadows. Here I'm adding some pearls onto her bikini. The scales on a mermaid's tail is also something that I'm not used to painting, and I had a lot of fun with. Oh, my friends drew on my painting to try out the iPad. I played around with adding some more hair, but in the end I ditched it. It looked a little too chaotic. I tried adding in a little bit of reflection from the water surface, but then I realized she's going to be too far underwater to see that. Trying to add in more kelp. I ended up going with a little bit of a motion blur on the background kelp just because it made it look a little more soft focus, so she's more noticeable and detailed. I do like to check how my values are doing. It's kind of hard in Procreate. I can't just throw a filter on top of everything and change the saturation levels, but I like to make a duplicate of whatever I'm looking at and then change the hue on that, or change the saturation all the way down to 0 so I can see the black and white, the values. Added in some bubbles, some fish. I got the castle kind of in the background there. I got the two flotsam and Flotsam and, oh my god, Jetsam. And kind of adding some more story to it, refining the castle, changing the colors, referencing her again, trying to make her face look more like her. So overall, this was a really fun painting, and I got a lot of practice from it. I'm excited to do more like this. I hope you guys are excited for the movie coming out. There's some extra little glitz in there. Yeah, can't wait for the next one. Thanks again, guys, for joining me today. I hope that this has helped you guys understand my process a little bit more, and I'll see you next time.